first thing I want you to understand is there's multiple roads to high achievement. There's multiple roads to high achievement. You're not necessarily going to have all the talent that you think it takes to get there, or maybe you got a whole bunch of it, but there's multiple roads. It's not just one certain makeup that makes it to places. In any event, I'm just using soccer as the illustration, but it could be in any category. There's multiple routes to becoming a champion. The second thing is, and it kind of flows from the first one, everyone starts in a different place or from a different place. Everyone is unique. Everyone has different stuff. Everyone kind of is given different gifts, and even if you kind of have an athletic gift, it might be a little different than the other person's gift. Yours might be quickness, and this one might be speed. Yours might be durability, and this one might be strength, and those are all slightly different. And so everybody's different, and you've got your own unique set of constructs as you begin an endeavor. The third one is, and this is important, over time, however, excellence and achievement is entirely up to you. It's entirely up to you. The starting points fade into the background. The starting points over time, they fade away, and it's more about who you've made yourself into and how well you've learned these laws and how well you've applied yourself over time and how consistently you've done so that determines what you're able to achieve in your life. It's a lot less about where you started and what you were given and a lot more about what you did with the cards you were dealt than what you were dealt over time. Now, there's some good news in that. Now, let me see if I can put this in a graphical representation, and this is important. We have a book that's available through the Life website called The Slight Edge. How many have read that book? Some of you heard of that book? It's a very good book. I remember reading that book, and I got what he said. Like, I got the point of what he was saying, and he kind of had one nice big point through the whole book, but I didn't totally get it. Like, it just seemed like he never said it the way that I needed to hear it for me to totally get it. And I thought about that for a while, and a couple years went by, and I picked that book back up and read it again. And I thought, you know what's missing is, this needs to be represented with a picture. And then you wouldn't even need the book if you had the right picture. And so I want to draw out for you how I got it in my head, what he was really saying there. And here's, see if I can draw this right. So you got to forgive me, I'm a recovering engineer. And I think in terms of graphs and charts and pictures, and maybe a picture can be worth 1,000 words here today. And so what I want to do is I want to chart effort along the x-axis. How many feel like you're in math class? And I want to chart results along the y-axis. Can you see that? All right, so here we are. Effort versus results. And the key is that it's not linear. It's not a one-to-one exchange. What happens is, obviously, you start at zero, right? No effort, no results. Are you with me? It may be even negative. Like if you're talking about your physique, you get results. They're negative, right? If you have no effort to curb that, right? So maybe it should go, but we'll start at zero. We'll be nice. And it goes along like this, and it goes up a little bit, and it goes up a little bit, and goes up a little bit, and then it goes up logarithmically. Now, this is very important because what happens is people put in some effort, and there's like a zone here, and this is all just arbitrary as I do it, but I think you'll see what I'm talking about. There's a certain amount of effort, and let's say that this is 85% effort. I'm just kind of arbitrarily grabbing a number here, and many people end up in there, and this is what you might call mediocrity in this zone right here. This is the mediocre zone. The mediocrity lives right in here where most people are. Now, here's something important to understand. But a very small percentage of people will actually push with their effort. Now, notice we're not talking about talent. We're talking about effort. That's a key point. I'll circle back to it in a minute. But they push further. Let's say they go 10% more, and they're out here at 95%. Oh, I didn't draw it right. Let's go 10% more. I don't have the scale right. But the results they get for 10% more effort here, if you go back over here, like let's say mediocre results is 1x. Let's say that 10% more, you might get as much as twice the results here for just 10% more here. You follow? Now let that sink in for a minute. If you're already doing about as much effort as most people in life do anyway, and if you can push a little bit more, just 10% harder, you can get twice the results for just 10% more. Does that make sense? Now really let that sink in. I don't know if I'm doing a good enough job explaining this or not. But if where most people live, or the effort that most people put into something is a certain amount, if you will push further, just a little bit, not work twice as hard as them, not work half again as hard as them, not a quarter again as half as them, just 10%. That's not that much. Just 10% harder, you can get as much as twice the results. Just 10%.